Speaking of the government, you wrote an article or you argued for the death penalty for Charlie
Hmm.
Kirk's killer.
Yeah.
We've talked that is probably one of the things that I get the most pushback on for being pro death penalty post due process in principle because of biblical principles. So tell me your argument for making this statement.
Well, Paul in Romans 13 talks about that the ruler does not bear the sword for nothing to punish wrongdoers. And in his day, the sword meant the ability to use capital punishment on a capital crime offender. So capital punishment was something that both the Old and the New Testaments say is a legitimate form of punishment. And even Jesus himself said that. Because when he's before Pilate, Allie, you remember that Pilate said to him, to Jesus, "Don't you know I have the authority to kill you?" Jesus didn't say, "No, you don't." He said, "You do, but you get that authority from above."
Mm-hmm.
That governments have the authority, legitimate governments have the authority to issue capital punishment for capital crimes. And what so many pro-lifers seem not to get is that and people even on the other side of the issue, the pro-abortion people say, "Oh, you're pro-life. How could you be pro-death penalty?" Well, there's a stark difference between an innocent baby and a guilty murderer.
Mm-hmm.
The innocent baby has done nothing wrong, but the guilty murderer has. And it's actually respecting life, because you're saying that you took a person made in the image of God, and the only way you can pay for that crime is for your life to be taken, justifiably so. Now, I hope, obviously I think that Tyler Robinson is the true killer of Charlie Kirk. I've talked about all this Candace Owens nonsense on my own podcast. And of course, the trial will reveal all that. But I hope that Tyler Robinson repents, accepts Jesus, and is then executed.
Yeah. Amen.